Adventure time, come on, grab your friends, we'll go to very distant lands. Take the dog and pin the human, run whatever ends. Adventure time.
You should have bowed to him yesterday. Wow. Jealousy's a goal. Give it up. Let's do it better. And your winner,
Seat backs in an upright position. Thank you for choosing us today.
Or as I heard flying in.
We're just about to land, ladies and gentlemen, and holy... the tower has told us that a thunderstorm has eaten the airport. So we're going to circle for a while. And by a while, I mean we have no idea if we're ever going to land. But don't worry, folks, we'll get you down on the ground sooner or later, because, hell, eventually we're going to run out of gas. Thank you for flying United. That'll be an additional $7 for this announcement.
My time on Primeval was awesome because I got to play in an awesome DC-3. The bugs and the stuff, I could show you pictures, I wish I could, on my phone. That was a fully animatronicized puppet, essentially, which I have the head of. It's really gross because it really looks like me, except most of the face has been chewed away and one of the eyes is missing, and you can see the teeth. I keep going, see what happens when you don't floss? The worst thing was when they brought it out of the back of the truck, because I'm going, it's me. You know, it's done from a live cast. It is me. I'm all wrapped in saran wrap with bugs. I'm just like going, oh dude, it's like going to the morgue and going, hey, oh damn, am I dead? Shoot. Means I don't have to pay my taxes. It was an awesome show to work on, and I like being dead in cool ways. That's how I book on-camera gigs now. I just decide, like, okay, how do I die in this one? In that same year, let's say I was eaten from the inside out by bugs. I was torn limb from limb by a giant rabid Tasmanian devil.
Zombie?
No zombie. I was torn apart by a zombie on Supernatural. How else did I die? I was ice-picked to death by not one, not two, but three comedy legends in Psych. Yeah, it's like I go, how do I die in this one? All right, I'll take the gig. It's like shot, boring. I've been vaporized by aliens. I was cut in half by Duncan MacLeod on Highlander. It was awesome.
You did 2 episodes that involved Africa. So this gets me wondering, do you think you will put squeaky cheese on maybe an apple flavored something? Maybe some apple cider, mix it in with an apple fritter?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say, would you put spray cheese like on Ashley Ball, who plays Applejack? Oddly enough, that's not the first time that thought has occurred to me. That sounded awful. But I do know Ashley. She's a... Oh, you know, okay, wow, okay. This is going to happen. There is a thing in my life that occurred before spray cheese, and it was a Texas thing. There is a Twinkie in Dallas, Texas that I have signed for 5 years running. Same Twinkie. They get me to sign it every year. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Twinkies will outlive Twinkies and cockroaches. And if you think about it, they're probably going to interbreed. Then what you're going to get is sentient Twinkies in the sort of dystopian post-apocalyptic world. But having said that, I've never actually had a Twinkie.
With spray cheese.
I'm not even actually sure what a Twinkie is.
Actually, they stopped making them. They just brought them back.
Yeah, they just brought them back.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So this is like Twinkie 2.0.
Yeah. It's the updated. It's the updated. It won't kill you.
You don't know that! Maybe nobody was killed by the old Twinkies.
Cheese infused, like people are fleeing right now. They're running from the horror. Warn people on the outside. Close the doors, don't let, with some pop rocks on top. If anybody's ever going to ask me what's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten, this may be it. Give me strength.
Yes, he is. Oh, God. This is going to give you diabetes. I
How do you think it tastes?
Tastes like chicken. By the look on your face, it tastes like chicken.
It's like doing commercials. It's delicious. It tastes like ass. That was actually pretty gross, but thank you. I now have an answer when people go, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Wow, I need a stunt double.
Hi, I'm Phil LaMarr.
Hi, Phil.
And I've called you all here for your evaluation. Oh, okay. If it's playing with the levels. Should I back off the mic? Is that what you're trying to tell me? By your command. For Hermes? No, originally Hermes wasn't Jamaican. Originally his name was Dexter, and he was just sort of an accountant character. I'm trying to remember what we did the first 4 episodes with this other voice. Yeah, God, what did it sound like?
I think it was just sort of something more along these lines. Now, Professor, this new front,
Yeah, it was just like nerdy accountant type, and it didn't really work. And about 3 or 4 episodes in, Matt Groening came up to me and said, "Say, Phil, can you do a Jamaican accent?" And we knew the character wasn't working, so the answer really was yes or goodbye. So I said yes, so that I would not be fired. So no, there was no inspiration other than save my job. But fortunately, a Jamaican accent is something that I was vaguely familiar with, although Hermes' Jamaican accent is hardly what you would call authentic. It's sort of it's a cartoonish Jamaican accent.
what you doing? Oh, I'm hungrier than a green snake in a sugarcane field.
And this is there's a scene in Pulp Fiction that takes place in the apartment where the hitmen Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta come for their boss's briefcase that's been stolen by this group of punk kids. And at one point, he's got the gun on Frank Whaley's character in the chair, and he says, "Where's the briefcase, Brett?" And then I pipe up from over in the corner, "It's over," and he turns around and says, "I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing." Now, when we rehearsed it, he would look over to me, and then he'd go back to Frank and start to say, "Well, Brett, you..." And come in. He's like, "Hands up." But then when we were rolling, you know, he says, "Where's the briefcase?" I say my line, and he goes, "I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing." Vincent. And then he starts talking to Travolta about the briefcase, and he's still looking at me. "Vincent, we good?" "Yeah, we're good." And he's just staring at me the whole time, and I'm like, and I began to get genuinely afraid. Like, why is Sam still looking at me? Did I mess up? What? Yeah, no, it was actual fear. Well, I don't think that his, because at the Oscars last year or 2 years ago, Chris Rock was talking about, voiceover is great. They just tell me, they say, "You want to go outside?" And I say, "You want to go outside?" And they pay me $1 million. That's not uneducated, because for him, that's what happens. You know? It's funny, because a lot of people were up in arms, like, well, he makes it sound too easy, he makes it sound too well paid. Like, is that really a bad thing that, you know, makes a job sound easy? Like, wow, I wish I had an easy, well-paid job. But I guess the fear was people won't appreciate the work we do. And they don't. Because you don't see it, and you don't see the challenges, because a lot of them are very technical. But the thing is, if you're Chris Rock, it is that easy, and it is that well paid. Because he has to do himself. That's what they're paying him for. And I had no complaints about him saying that, because the fact of the matter is, if somebody wants Chris Rock and they don't have $1 million, they're probably coming my way. That's funny. Well, you're talking about Dead Island. I did one of the player characters in that, Sam B. You know what's funny is I didn't do the song. You did? No, they had another guy, an actual musician, like record the rap. And that game was really interesting. Does anybody remember when Dead Island first came out and they had that, or before it came out, they had the trailer?
Oh yeah.
The response to that trailer was so amazing that they then had to go back and change the game. Because the game wasn't as dark as the trailer. Like, and in fact, my character, Sam B, was basically like comic relief at first. Oh, what the hell? Motherfucking zombies! You know? And then after that trailer, like, okay guys, people are really expecting this to be like dark and sinister, so we gotta have to go back in and re-record most of your lines, Phil. And make you like more serious. Like, oh, okay. That was, never had that happen before. That's some really effective advertising.
Has it been 2 years already?
Definitely not the rain. You believe now? I hear the crowd. Definitely know we've got a crowd. That's what I'm talking about. Suplex. Oh, he is away down there. So slow. He nailed it. It's slow double. Not let him do it. Not let him go this one. I hope he's not doing it. No, he's not. Yes! Slingshot into the ladder.
They care about the title right now.
No.
That's it.
Tombstone, as I said before.
That's one tombstone.
We're watching this match make history.
Great goal for the title.
It's definitely up to
They're breaking up. They're easing up.
capitalize.
Wait, no. Congratulate him. Come on, get it up for this guy. That's a good sportsmanship right there. Y'all enjoy that? Put a honor right there. No, he didn't. What the hell is this? Really, Ronnie? Really? Yesterday, after the Rumble, when I said I had y'all's backs, I got nothing but a string of boos. You know what? Come to realize that's what I want.
If you do one panel this summer, let it be the panel at Metrocon. Gone. Who was that? Nerd. That was awesome.
You know, I did the Mr. T cartoon. That was like my first professional job when I was in high school, and I did it for 3 seasons, and I never met Mr. T. No, the first season they told us, well, TU doesn't want to record with the kids because he's a little embarrassed about his reading skills, and you know, he wants to be a role model. I'm like, oh, okay. And second season was at the height of his fame, and they said, he's so busy, he can't come in. We have to fly to Chicago or wherever he is just to record him. And by third season, nobody asked.
I was doing the Proud Family. I was playing a character on this show called The Proud Family. And,
another show we worked on together.
Yeah. And so like the love interest on the show was Kyla Pratt, but she was super young, right? And we have this scene where we kiss. and we're in the booth together, and it's like, we got to kiss, and she's like 12. I'm like, Dante, how old are you? I'm like, can we do this in separate rooms? Like, I don't want to imagine myself kissing this 12-year-old right now. I'd like to keep that not in this working environment. It's kind of awkward. It's awkward. And now Kyla's grown up, and now it's funny. But at 12, nah.
If you were all staying on a desert island, who would you eat first?
See what you started, Rifleman? We're now into the land of idiotic hypotheticals.
How do we define cannibalism?
Oh, but again, these are all just really, you don't even need to ask these questions. It's Britney. Duh.
I'm sorry, I would eat Scott first. I like aged meat.
Do you know who he is? And then there was a show I did that was very short-lived called the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy when we had it started out, it was 2 shows. It was Billy and Mandy and Grim and Evil. And it was the first time I've ever had a show get half canceled. It was just our half. It was me and Armin Shimmerman and Gray Delisle, and we all played, and Frank Welker. We played, I was Hector Con Carne, an evil scientist trying to take over the world. But he was a disembodied brain on the top of a dancing bear, voiced by Frank Welker. And it was just such a great group of people, and Maxwell Adams was so talented, and that was the one show where we got to improvise an episode. Wow! Because Frank Welker, who is a god, and the bear didn't speak. The bear just made bear sounds. But one day Frank says, "You guys are so funny. This is so much fun. We should make up an episode. I mean, all the things you guys say are so fun, And then the producer listened to him and came in one day it's like, well, we didn't get a script. It's like, yeah, there isn't one. And he gave us a list of scenes and said, and we just figured you guys would just, improvise. And it was just like, and we all turned and looked at Frank. It's like, good idea. Man who don't gotta say no words.
Do we get writing credit on this thing? No, you don't.
No, it's cartoons. Although I did try to turn the tables on Frank, and because he was making things up, like, Boskov, I want you to go over there, grab that chainsaw. I just made up this long list of things. Cut down the tree, then jump on top of the tree all the way to the top and get, and lay out this whole thing. Thing impossible to actually do, especially when you don't have any words. Frank Welker then proceeded to do the sound of a bear juggling a chainsaw, sawing down a tree, and running up the top. Everything I had just laid out, he did the sound. And we were all just like... That was my favorite episode, that I could say.
I'm coming out on a project called Peter Pan's Faust or something with Elijah Wood. It's a cool project. It's like a reimagining of the Peter Pan story in Germany. Yeah, it's like Peter Panzerfaust. It's like Peter Pan in Germany. I'm in it somehow.
What if Peter Pan was a Nazi who never grew up?
It's about Nazis and stuff. It's crazy. But,
I don't want to leave my bunker.
I actually play.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Monkey dance your ass. Why don't you do Vamp? Here is $800. What do you do? That's not all drama is conflict. Why can't they have a discussion about how they're going to build something for the homeless? There are too many people on the street with nothing to eat.
if we could find some way to just cure poverty, we wouldn't have to do this anymore. We wouldn't have to live in a state of conflict and anger.
All I've ever wanted is for world peace.
I wish that Firefly were still on. And that I could somehow just be an extra character on that. I don't want to take anyone's job, but I would happily fly on that ship.
I'd just like to say that I worked with Nathan Fillion.
I'd like to say that I had Christmas Eve dinner with Joss Whedon.
I met Vincent Price at a post office before he was dead.
I am Alan Tudyk.
Each of you could have a superpower aside from flight. What would it be?
Aside from flight?
To crap money.
I would like to have the power to magically make money appear and not have it smell.
Damn, you're always thinking one step ahead.
What was your favorite episode of Double Dragon?
Double Dragon. Wow. TJ's getting all smug over there going, I brought you an action figure. Oh, that was a good one.